In a small coastal town nestled between rolling hills and the endless sea, lived a young man named Arjun. From a young age, Arjun dreamed big. He wanted to build a successful business that would lift his family out of poverty and inspire others in his community. His father was a fisherman who toiled day and night, barely making ends meet, and his mother worked as a seamstress. Arjun saw their struggles and vowed to change their fate. At 18, full of enthusiasm, Arjun left his hometown for the city with just a small bag and a heart brimming with hope. He enrolled in a business course while working odd jobs, delivering newspapers in the morning, waiting tables at night. This is just the beginning, he told himself. Hard work will pay off. His first big idea came quickly, starting a small food stall selling homemade snacks from his mother's recipes. He saved every penny, borrowed a little from relatives, and set up shop in a bustling market. The first few weeks were magical. Customers loved the flavors, and word spread. Arjun smiled from ear to ear, imagining his empire growing, but then disaster struck. A sudden monsoon flooded the market, destroying his stall and inventory overnight. Everything he had invested was gone. Debt piled up, and creditors knocked on his family's door back home. Arjun returned defeated, his dreams shattered. "Why me?" he cried to the sea one evening. His father patted his shoulder and said, "The ocean takes, but it also gives. Keep casting your net." Arjun didn't give up entirely. He took a low-paying job at a local factory to repay debts. Years passed, and at 25, he tried again. This time, he launched an online store selling handmade crafts. He learned digital marketing on his own, staying up late to build a website. Orders trickled in, and for a while, things looked promising. He even hired 2 helpers and dreamed of expanding. Then came the pandemic. Lockdowns shut down supply chains, customers canceled orders, and his small savings evaporated. The business collapsed. Friends who had believed in him turned away, whispering that Arjun was cursed with bad luck. His girlfriend left, saying she couldn't wait for someone who kept failing. Alone in his tiny rented room, Arjun hit rock bottom. He questioned everything. Am I not smart enough? Strong enough? Maybe I should just settle for a simple life like everyone else. One night, as despair gripped him, Arjun walked to the beach under a starry sky. He picked up a seashell, smooth from years of waves crashing against it. This shell has been battered endlessly, he thought, yet it remains beautiful and whole. In that moment, something shifted. He remembered stories his grandmother told about the phoenix, a mythical bird that burned to ashes only to rise anew, stronger and more glorious. I won't let these failures define me, Arjun whispered to the waves. They will refine me. With renewed fire, Arjun started small once more. He focused on what he knew best, the sea and his town's unique seafood. He began a sustainable fishing supplies business, using eco-friendly materials he researched tirelessly. This time, he was wiser. He saved an emergency fund, built a network of mentors online, and learned from past mistakes. He didn't rush, he built steadily. Challenges came again, competition was fierce, regulations changed, and a storm damaged his initial stock. But Arjun persisted. He woke at dawn, worked late, and never complained. When doubts crept in, he reminded himself, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Slowly, his business grew. Customers appreciated his honesty and quality. He partnered with local fishermen, creating jobs in his hometown. By age 30, Arjun's company was thriving, exporting products nationwide. He built a beautiful home for his parents, who beamed with pride. Young people in his town looked up to him, asking for advice. One day, a reporter interviewed Arjun for a local magazine. "What's the secret to your success?" she asked. Arjun smiled. "There is no secret. I failed many times, lost money, trust, even hope. But I learned that failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Each fall taught me a lesson. Quitting would have been the real failure. Like the phoenix, I rose from the ashes of my defeats." Today, Arjun mentors aspiring entrepreneurs, sharing his story. He tells them, life will knock you down. The ground may feel cold and unforgiving. But that's where strength is built. Get up. Dust yourself off. Rise higher than before. Your greatest glory isn't in never falling, but in rising every time you fall. And in the quiet evenings, when Arjun walks the beach, he no longer questions the waves. He embraces them, knowing they shape the strongest shores. Word count. 1028 This story is a reminder. No matter how many times life burns you down, you have the power to rise from the ashes, brighter, bolder, and unbreakable. Keep going. Rocket.